Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, let's now do the Milwaukee Bucks NBA exit interview. So, if you're watching this for the first time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know down in the comments down below um, what your thoughts uh, on the Bucks season was and how their offseason is going. Let us know all that stuff. Clint, you're a Milwaukee Bucks. Finished 32 and 50,
Thank
and
you
they
for
have
tuning in. Join us next week. No.
don't want to talk about it. Okay. Let's talk about some pros for your team. Give me your first pro of the Milwaukee's Bucks season.
Yeah, I
And
think it's
hold
our.
on real quick. Firing Doc Rivers is not a pro, okay? Just go ahead.
Yeah, 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 I was going to save that one.
Okay.
Um, Ryan Rollins,
Yeah,
he went from 6 points to 17 points, and while still shooting 40% from three. He went from two a game to six a game. Again, I don't know if he's like a true point guard. He's a good ball handler, not great, but just to see him kind of take over, he's pretty good defensively. I think he has like a 6'10" wingspan. But again, just one of those guys they have on a good deal. It'll make it hard to extend him after this year, but kind of came out of nowhere, right? 24 years old, still young, really good in the mid range, knockdown 3-point shooter. These are the kind of guys you hope to unearth. And he's young enough that I think if Taylor Jenkins and some of the assets they got from the trade can be developed, like he's young enough that a few years from now, if the Bucks are respectable, he could be part of that team.
yeah. Do you think he could be like the two guard now that you got Burries, or like just a like really good six man?
Yeah, I think he's like a combo guard. I think he's going to start as the point guard going into next year, and Tyler Hero the shooting guard. Um, and they'll just kind of rotate the rest. And we have
Sure.
75 guards on the team, so we'll have to figure that out. But I think he's going to have first shot at point guard to see if he can man that position along with Yakachonis and guys like that.
Okay, gotcha. I put Dieng as a
Yep.
a pro. Mid-season trade kind of got him from the Thunder. 11, 4, and 3 when he had an opportunity. Again, a young guy that you bring into your team. Now that you're kind of rebuilding somebody that can be a piece. Now, where that piece is, we don't know yet, but we saw some good signs this season from him. What can he become moving forward? I think that's a big pro for the Bucks.
Yep. He was on my list too. Again, we've talked about this before. Guys from good teams that kind of get like squeezed for playing time, like he did in OKC. If you have a shot to take, if you have an opportunity to take a shot with the guy and see what he has, I think he signed 3 years, 12 million or 14, whatever. Like
Yeah.
he's not getting paid a ton, or 3 years, 18 million. I think, right? Like if you can develop him into a seventh man, eighth man, that's good. That's a win, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about you need to find where guys slot on your team, and you can kind of take that off the board and shoot higher. Him being able to probably come off the bench as the roster looks right now and be competent, fine.
Yeah, and you don't know he's only 22, right? So what else can he be? We'll see. Give me another pro.
Um, Minus when he has to cover Paul George, Jericho Sims.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think like his motor, there's very few dudes his size that jump as high as Jericho Sims did, and he kind of like came into a role. I'm actually surprised like he picked up his player option for a minimum. I would have thought someone would give him at least a little more than the minimum, right? Like centers were getting money this offseason. But again, kind of a guy that like he brings a different look. He's
Hmm.
switchable to a degree. Obviously, not the way that Doc Rivers tried to use him to switch,
Right.
but he's athletic. He can go get some boards. He can block some shots. And even if he's your third center as it stands right now on a minimum deal, that's actually like a semi-strength of the Bucks right now.
Yeah, there's no harm in having more big guys. Plus, it makes your roster adaptable, and also in a deadline, you can now do more moves. Like if you get a chance to move Miles Turner, you're not worried about your center depth because you kind of have a couple guys you could throw out there. So, um, I have AJ Green. He took a little bit of a leap, so this is sort of a little pro, but just again, he has a definable role on this team. He's just like a chucker. He's a 41% three-point shooter, and I think when you have, especially when you have a rookie guard coming in or any guards, to have someone like that can space the floor and offer your guy some room and a reliable like kickout option, I think is always a pro for any team, and I think you guys have a guy in that in Green.
Yeah, I mean, he's about as automatic as it comes. Like his worst shooting month was like 35% or 35.5%. Like if you break it down by month, and that's still like league average. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be on the team to start the season.
Oh,
going
really?
forward, I think he's going to be traded. But he's a positive. Like the Bucks have unearthed a few of these guys, like Sam Merrill. Same thing
Sure.
Bucks had like on their team. Your standard, little less than athletic, knockdown shooting white guy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When AJ Green goes to the next team and just single-handedly beats the Pistons in game
Yeah.
7, you're going to be like,
Yeah.
man.
When he's on the Pistons in a Peyton Watson trade, I mean, not the Pistons, sorry, the Nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. To Peyton Watson's right. Okay, I like it. Okay, any other pros?
They fired Doc Rivers.
Okay, beautiful. No. They mutually decided
Yeah, they mutually
yeah.
agreed to never step foot in Milwaukee again.
That's it. Okay, let's get to some cons. Give me your first con.
Doc Rivers.
The
The
coaching.
whole Giannis situation is probably
Yeah.
the biggest con to the season. On both parts, we've talked about this. If you listen to other of our pods or some of our other videos when we've talked about this, like the Bucks were in denial and Giannis was too much in his head about what he kind of really wanted to do. And this was like the first season where it kind of put that like cloud over the season, and Giannis was annoying about it. And the Bucks were kind of like stupid enough to try to like think that they would like compete
Mm-hmm.
with the roster that they put out there. So that's got to be the biggest negative, is they should have done it last year.
Yep.
After the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're the Bucks, obviously you just don't trade the dude unless he gives you hints, and he didn't give hints until like later in the off season, which it's too late then. And it just kind of threw the whole season down the toilet.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, and it was obviously affected like the locker room and stuff, right? So like I mean, you're totally right about the whole thing. So anyway, yeah, that's a great con. I put the Miles Turner signing as a con. I don't think it was that bad of a signing, like all things considered. It was kind of like their last ditch effort to like make a move to make a good enough team to try to compete. It just didn't do what I thought it was going to do. As far as like I was really high, I wasn't really high, but I was higher on it than most people. He still had 12 points a game. He needs more than that if you're going to pay him 30 million. Like he's like, we've been talking about Jalen Duren for last, like what's he worth, and somewhere between 30 and 35 million. I say, you might be more at the 30. Like he was a 2010 guy. You gotta, and the thing with Turner is he's actually a good 3-point shooter. So there's no reason why he can't get up to 15 points a game, especially when you think of how little Giannis played. To be the number 2 guy, he still almost got like 2 blocks a game, but his rebounding as a center isn't great. It's not something you need when you have Giannis on the court, but it definitely shows when you don't have Giannis on the court. So, just I guess the overall experiment, because of now the direction they're going, and you had to make Lillard's contract, like you got paying that for the next couple of years, just got to be a con.
Yeah, and I think, in all honesty, like Miles Turner was a little disappointing. A lot of me thinks, and it's why when we get to like next year and we talk about the Bucks, I may be like a little higher than whatever the over under is going to be. Is I really think Doc Rivers dropped the ball with like how
100%.
he had, like again, we talked about it before. Oh, we're going to play fast pace. We're going to do all this. Miles Turner is used to that. He came from Indiana. They literally did that for like that, first 8-game stretch when they were 6-2, right? Like they were up and down, like, holy cow, this is what we've been talking about. So I think he suffered from that. And, we talked about it with Giannis. I don't think it was a fun season to be in that locker room, and it kind of just fell apart. And I think the guys knew that Doc Rivers was the dead man walking as far as coaching, and it really showed at the end.
Yeah, I think we're going to find out maybe that the Bucks roster was a little bit better than what they showed. Again, I'll say this, probably say 1,000 more times. I just think like the game has kind of passed Doc Rivers by, and we kind of see it. But like, it's just a bummer when your number 2 guy being Miles Turner, when your number 1 guy goes out, it's like you can't average more than 12 points a game. That's kind of tough. But anyway. It's not what he's known for though. So just to be fair. Okay. Any other cons for the Bucks?
I mean, I think the other ones are just like fringes for me. I think it really came down to like Giannis and Doc Rivers, and it just torpedoed the rest of it. I mean, his injury also played a part in that, right? Like if Giannis plays the whole year, and even if Doc Rivers is still the coach, they're probably the 6th seed or a play-in team, right? Like they're probably in that.
Oh, for sure.
Giannis will just get you there. But outside of that, like, I don't know. I feel like the rest of the guys kind of like tried. I mean, we could talk about Gary Trent not playing and then getting rewarded, but like he's such a fringe player in the grand scheme of last season.
Sure. Cam Thomas, do you feel like giving up on him so quickly was a
Again, he's another one of those dudes never been a fan of. Like, I know that dude puts the ball in the hole when he's on, but when he is not on and you ask him to do anything else to be a productive team member, it's why he only played like 10 games.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, it's different. What would you done different for the Bucks this season?
I guess the difference would have been I wouldn't have traded Giannis at the trade deadline. I do think they were right to wait, because I do think what they eventually got from Miami was probably better than what they would have got at the trade deadline. The difference would have just been to do it last offseason, or not bring back Doc Rivers.
That's what I wrote down. I said, fire Doc Rivers at the beginning of the season. What are we doing?
Yeah. And I know Giannis.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just like, some of the reporting was Giannis didn't want Doc Rivers back, but he didn't want to say anything because he was the one that wanted Adrian Griffin, right? And then that kind of blew up in his face, so he didn't want to be like the dude that got 3 coaches canned. But yeah, Doc Rivers was checked out, especially once Giannis was hurt. So you should have just ripped that Band-Aid off. And maybe if you go with Taylor Jenkins last summer, maybe that culture that you would have got to play in, or that change of pace, Giannis could have been like, holy cow, we got it back. And maybe that could have kept him around. That's grasping at straws, but.
Well, I think it's fair, but I'm with you. Okay, grade their season.
Like 0.5 stars. Like, okay, well, I'll go with 1. Ryan Rollins, like, turning that corner where I think like this dude could be, like a top 15 guard in the league, is exciting to see now in a new system. Maybe it's a 1-year thing, but I think his tools translate to like, hey, maybe the Bucks found someone that they can, not win 10 games.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I agree. I have them as 1 as well. And I also like the Yang trade. But yeah, we both had them. See, I thought they were going to finish 3rd in the East, and you had them at 5. So kind of, worst case scenario.
Someone was closer to right. No.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Off season. So what would you do if you're the Bucks this off season? We saw some of the stuff. What would you continue to do if you were them?
Yeah. So I guess the latest rumor is the Bucks are in on Peyton Watson. I mean, if you're not giving up more than maybe 1 pick, and it's like AJ Green, Kevin Porter Jr., because we know the Nuggets are cheap and they're trying to cut salary. sign me up. Or even if it's, so that would be my long shot. Like, hey, we turn, I mean, even if it's Hawkes, I guess, if they would do that without picks, like, cool, because he's only got 1 year left and then you got to pay him. Hey, I think Peyton Watson's one of those guys that I've probably a little too high on.
Sure.
I think, unlimited, but I think he's a young dude that has potential on both sides of the ball that if you can bring in without shipping picks out besides maybe one, I would strongly take a look at that.
Okay, I like that. So that's your off-season approach along with your a long shot. Okay, Peyton Watson. Okay, yeah, and so I'm with you. It's just like off-season report, just a hard reset. That's what they've done. Build around your young guys. You got 2 young guys in the draft. You can now build around. One guy's going to be a little bit more of a project. The other guy seems like he's going to be day one, part of the rotation. That's great. And then my long shots are just like, hey, can we maybe by the trade deadline or before this, like, is there something out there for Hero? Is there something out there? Because like one thing, with Rollins and Hero and Kevin Porter, it's like at some point you're limiting the amount of ball touches that your rookies get, and I think you need to give the ball put the ball in their hands and let's see what they got. Don't Again, progress stoppers. I don't like them, so let's move on from Hero and maybe even Turner, especially towards the trade deadline. You might be able to get somebody might want a big like that, so you might get more assets. So if you're able to get more assets, go ahead and get them, but definitely move on from like Hero or Porter or something. You got to make pave the way for the young guys. That's all.
Yep, they definitely will clear out 2 guards before the season starts. I mean, they have to clear out 2 players. They have 17 right now on roster. To build on that, I would also look at Miles Turner, moving on from him. I mean, obviously, you want Khalil Ware to be like your center, right?
Yeah,
like that's
right,
why
yeah.
that's why you wanted him in the trade or whatever. And I think, hey, if you're going to start the season, if Miles Turner is going to be there again in this system, he could be a good teacher for Khalil Ware, right? You kind of want him. Khalil Ware has shown some shooting ability, right? If we can get him to kind of do the same thing, but actually grab some rebounds, can be a positive, and then move off of him, especially if you can kind of rehab some of his look in this new system, playing hard, maybe some more ball movement, and get out from under that.
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, pave the way for the young guys. Let's go. Okay, man. Anything else on the Bucks?
Buckle in, boys. We're starting from the bottom again. Here we go. No, it's just, one era ends and it's time to, enjoy the next and hate watch the Heat.
Yeah, it's funny because when we kind of started doing the podcast together, our roles were reversed, right? Like I'm trying to talk myself into Cade and Ivy and Duran and dealing with the 14-win seasons and Monty Williams and all that. Now we're like number one. When we started, you were the number 1 seed. You were winning championships, competing for championships, and now you're now rooting for Burries and Cleo Ware and Hawkes, hoping that a bunch of them hit some gold there.
Yep. Hey, celebrate. Today is the 5-year anniversary of the Game 4 win
Let's
against
go.
the Sun. I sent it to my friend. We call it the hug because when Chris Paul fell and turned it over, and then Giannis Chris Middleton hit the layup like with 17 seconds left, and they went up 4. Like the whole arena was just like jumping, and we were all hugging each other, like just
ready to go,
totally freaking out. But we're back to the days of YouTube to cope, and you got to find little things to have hope in. And you're right, like it's kind of funny how that works. Like if we would have started this 10 years ago, right, the Bucks were coming off of one of their like 15-win seasons, and it built up, and now on the downside, hoping that it doesn't take 50 more years.
That's it, right? Stanley Johnson was covering LeBron James in the playoffs, and everyone's like, oh my God, that guy could be something. Yeah, that's great. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.